see what the market is saying, and we're going to find a way to get into the market today. And remember, I said I was documenting my trade, and so far I'm leading. I'm leading the market 1 while the market is on 0. So let's see how the market will favor me today. And today is Friday, so first we're closing today, and then they'll be back open on Monday. But let me see what I can do today to know if I can take a trade today. So let's look at the 15 minutes and see what the market is doing. Okay, this was a trade I took before. Okay, this was a trade I took before. So what am I expecting price to do? So let's go back to 4 hours. Let's go back to the 4 hours, and then we're going to see what price is doing, and then we're going to know how we're going to take our entry, or are we just going to wait until next week before we can start trading? So now this is the 4 hours time frame. As you can see, what is price doing? Price has gone or higher high. This is a higher low. What's price doing? Another higher high. So let's find a way to capitalize on this, so we can take a buy position to the top. So let's go back to, let's search for, first of all, we're going to search for we're going to confirm if what we are saying is true using our Fibonacci retracement. So now this is it. As you can see, it's 100% true. It got into our 60% zone and it's heading back to the top. So now we are looking for how to take a buy on this trade. So let's go to the 15 minutes. I think according to what I'm saying, we should find a way to take a buy. Okay. So let's look at the charts now. As you can see, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Let me use something to make you guys see what I'm doing. Okay, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. But it did, first of all, before it came down, it did on that higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So before we can be able to take a trade on this pair, we are going to need more confirmation than this, because if this should just be an usual higher low, but instead we are looking for a buy. So what we are going to do is we are going to wait for a break of structure. And how will this break of structure come? Or is it for a higher high? Let this higher low that was supposed to form and go down. If it's able to break above the previous lower high. I usually mistake all these things. If you can break above the previous lower high, then we'll wait for a higher low, before we can now take our buy from this point straight to the upside. So let me bring this out so you can see it clearly. Chill. Okay, look at it. That's exactly what is here. This now you see here is exactly what the chart is playing here. So this is it here. So this is a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. I waited for a break of structure, which now was a higher high. They went for the higher low. We're going to take our buy from this point here down to the upside. So how do we take our buy? So that's why I've drawn it here. So we're waiting for price to close above this point. Then the lower low will take a buy down to the upside. I don't know. I don't have, like I said the last time I made a video, I don't have I don't have a Telegram channel where I can send the signals to you guys. But what I will just do is that I guess I'll just be taking the trade for now and then posting the results for now. That's what I'll just be doing until I'm set. So whenever I make such videos, I will send the signal down to the Telegram channel. So guys, wish me luck. Like I said, I'll just be documenting my journey. So wish me luck. I'll wait. That's one thing about forex. Forex is wait. You must wait. Definitely wait. So I will wait. So I will wait. We'll find something doing. I don't want this video to be too long like the last one. So I think okay. So during those Messi and Ronaldo period, all those times when Messi was playing and Ronaldo also was playing, they were not, for we that we don't watch football, we don't like football, we only watch like our favorite football. They will ask, someone can just ask you a random question, just be like, guy, Messi or Ronaldo, which was your favorite? Some people will say Messi, some will say Ronaldo. Actually, I choose Ronaldo. Ronaldo was my favorite because who know before for Ororo. So I liked Ronaldo very, 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 very much. But now, as both of them has actually left the limelight, if I'm scrolling through my Instagram reels, I've noticed that Messi videos keep popping up on my timeline, and sometimes I used to watch it. Then I'll be seeing something like some skills that Messi used to. I don't know how to explain it. Some movements, some things that Messi do. You'll be wondering, have this guy actually lived this moment before, or have you lived this moment before and then he has repeated this thing over and over again for him to have known how to make it so perfect? Like, just look at this. How? Just watch. Like, how did he even know that if he did not play that ball, the defender will not try to play it? Just look at that video. We find the video back. How did he know that if he did not, because his I don't know who was that, I think that was Iniesta passed the ball to him. He rushed towards the ball. Like, he rushed towards the ball with the mindset that you're not going to touch the ball. Who does that? Like, in a split second, just charged. I think the ball was coming straight to him, and I said, okay. He charged towards the ball in the moment Iniesta passed the ball, and then he and the defender were just this close. So how sure was he that if he did not play this ball, the defender will not play it, and he lets it, and the defender also fell for it? Messi just blew my brain. Well, we'll wait for it. Like I said, if by any chance the market does not close above that line, which should be a break of structure, we are not going to enter the trade. We'll just wait for it. If we don't get any trade today, then we are going to wait till we're going to wait till next week, I guess. Well, that's one of the rules about trading. Never you force a trade. Never you force a trade. You always have to stay consistent. You have to stay safe. And this one, I heard something from a very popular forex trader. He said, don't be too eager to get into a trade. Some traders, whenever they are not into a trade, they'll just be feeling uncomfortable. So the guy said something like, if you don't get into a trade, your money is still there for you. It's better not to get into a trade and your money is still there than you take a trade and lose the money. So when he said that, it's better not to get into a trade and know that your money is still there than to take a trade and lose the money. So for this reason, never you force a trade. Always wait for your setup diligently and religiously. So we are going to wait, and according to what I'm seeing here, I think the market has formed something like Alright guys, so this is our stand on the chart today. As you can see, initially we are waiting for price to break above this part. Let's go to the 15 minutes and see very clearly. So this is the chart on the 15 minutes. Actually, I was talking about this part where I thought the price was supposed to break and then retest, which that's exactly what price did. Break and retest. Break and retest. So we are unable to take the trade because as you can see, the market has closed. This is Friday 10 p.m. but the market are closed, so we are going to save the trade for Monday. So this is what we are going to be expecting on Monday, the trade. So guys, this is what we're waiting for Monday. So this will be where we should buy, but we're going to wait for a confirmation candle at this zone. So when we get our confirmation candle, then I'll get into the trade and I'll ride to the top. So I'll just say that you should enjoy your weekend and also don't take stupid trade. So you see, as I took my time, make sure I looked at the markets and I observed it well before I enter. I don't take stupid trade. I stick to my strategy. I stick to my plan. No breaking of my rules. So I'm just going to wait for it, and by Monday, hopefully we're going to get an entry into the market and we're going to rise to the top. So see you on Monday. Peace. Stay blessed. What's up, guys? I'll be documenting my trade from today henceforth. So far I've been on demo for the longest now, and I finally decided that okay, you know what, it's time to start trading. It's time to start making money, because my backtesting have always been a hit. I think all my backtesting has always been like 9 over 10 win, 7 over 10 we get. So for that reason, I think it's finally time for me to go into my real account. So today I'll be starting with AUD USSD, and I'll be analyzing the charts from the monthly time frame down to my entry level. So this is first of all, I went from the 6 months. Let me start from the 6 months so you understand how I got all this support and resistance zone I placed here. So this is the 6 month now. You can see that price is in the downtrend. So it broke through this resistance and we test it as a support. We test it again, then it broke through and then went straight to the downside. So what we're expecting from price to do after this candle, this bullish candle here, what we're expecting price to do is to head to the upside. Maybe we test this support before heading back down in this manner. So let's go to the 1 month and look into it properly. Now this is the 1 month time frame of AUD USSD, and what's price doing? As you can see, this is the midway zone, which is the 1 month resistance. Price has to touch it 1, 2, 3 and 4 before it broke through, and then I will touch the 6 months resistance level. After I touched the 6 months resistance level, what happened? As you can see, buyers came to the market and took the price up, breaking through the 1 month resistance, and we test it with this candle. So where are we heading? We're heading to touch the 6 months. We're heading to touch the 6 months resistance. Now let's go to 1 week. So this is price on the weekly. As you can see, it's still the same, showing that there are still much buyers in the market. They're taking the price to the upside. Let's go to the 1 day. Okay, now this is the daily time frame. What's price doing? As you can see, let's start from this part. Look at this. This is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, break of structure, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, just lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Instead of price to continue going down lower, price went up, breaking this structure, this initial lower high. So as we all know, after a break of structure, there's supposed to be break of structure with test. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Something like this. Let's start with lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So when they do this lower high and then there's a break of structure right here, now this is a break of structure, right? There should be a retest. That should now be the higher low before another higher high. But in this case, price did not do that. After the break of structure, break of this structure, it was supposed to come down into a fair value gap before going back to the top. But unfortunately, buyers are strong enough and they did not obey that rule. So what are we going to do? We're going to look for how to steal a buy. Okay, we're going to look for how to steal a buy and make money to the upside. So let's go to 4 hours time frame and see how we can steal this buy. Now this is the 4 hour time frame of it. I would have loved to explain what happened in this whole place like this, but I'll just skip that part. I'll skip it and just go straight to the point right here and show you how we can take our entry. Now as you can see, this was a downtrend. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Instead of a lower low, it's formed a double bottom, and we all know double bottom is said to be a change of character. Change of character. That's what it means. Change of character. So after this change of character, what happens? It sprung up and brought another lower low, giving us a mini change of character, but we'll just ignore that one. A mini change of character. Look at it right here. This to this, another change of character, proving that price is going up. So buyers are more active than sellers. So after the break of structure, and if you know more about if you know to further explain why it's going to go higher, you use the trend line. You look at this trend line. If you know more about trend lines, you understand that trend lines, once there is 2 or more touches, you can draw your trend line, and when there are 2 or more touches on the trend line, it becomes strong. So you wait for the 3rd touch for you to take your buy on the trend line. So that being said, if you're looking at this chart, you will understand something. You will understand that this is the touch 1 on the trend line. This part, touch 1, touch 2, touch 3, and this is the 4th touch. And we all know that when the first one is okay, second is okay, third is still strong. Once the trend line touches the 4th time, it's likely to break. Do you get? This guy stopped calling my phone. Really busy. So once it touches the 4th time, it's very much likely to break. Once it touches the 4th time, it's very, very much likely to break. So that being said, it broke it, and we know how the trend line works. After it breaks the trend line, it will test the trend line, then you can take your buy from here. But however, I was not active as at this time when this happened. You get me? So now that we are here, how do we take a buy to the upside? And we have to identify possible resistance level and support level that could reverse the market. So that's why I had to draw this line, which is 1, 2, and this is the third one right here. The possible resistance level that could change the direction of the market. So as you can see, I drew them already, 1, 2, and this is the third one, which is the daily resistance. Now let's go to the 1 hour. No, okay. Let me tell you how I got this fair value gap. So after we appear to be at this place, let me take it out first. Let me delete it, remove it, and remove it. Like I said, one of the rules about break of structure is that, or change of character, a change of character, after a change of character, then get a break of structure, is that after the break of structure, for you to be sure that it's going the direction after the break of structure, is that it must retest. After the retest, you can then either buy or sell, which that means that we are waiting for a retest on this time frame. So how do we know where our point of interest should be? We know that by using our Fibonacci. Let's check it on the 1 hour. That way it will be more clearer than the. So on the 1 hour, we'll start from here. We'll draw our fib down to this place. So that was how I came up with that area of Fibonacci. So we identify our Fibonacci zone, which should also be our point of interest. Let me just use the word point of interest, so it should just be there. And one of the strongest way, or let me just leave that part. Let me not say it. Let me know, because it's not necessary now though. So let me just leave that part. At first, I was waiting for this price because I saw the price around this axis, I guess. So I was waiting for the price to come down to my point of interest. So once it does that, I can then take a buy to the upside. But our price refused to come down, which made it to form these parts, which is 1, 2, and 3. A double top is strong. A triple top is weaker than a double top. Do you understand? A triple top is weaker than a double top. Do you understand that? So we have to be careful with this triple top. If it was to be just 1, 2, we'll be certain that it's going to enter into our point of interest. But since it did not touch our point of interest and it got, and buyers came in at this point, let me zoom it in very well so you can see it. And buyer came in at this point and took the market back to the upside. Definitely that means one thing, means that there's a high chance that price will not come down to our point of interest for us to take our buy. So, but at the same time, we have to be careful, because after price, buyers came in at this point and took the price up, it showed that it refused to break through this mini resistance right here, because there's a mini resistance right here. That's why it's having difficulty breaking it. So we have to be careful. And what did he do when he touched that line? You can see this juicy evening star that it formed. So be very careful not to take a buy now, because if you take a buy now, you are likely to lose and your money is gone. Do you understand? So that being said, what we're going to do now is we're going to go to a lower time frame to see if there is anything that can interest us to take a trade. So this one, we turn it off. change the visibility, remove it from 4 hours to 1 day, and just take it off everything. Alright, so now this is what we have. I drew the other block and it looks like, let me take it off, confuse you guys more. Just take off everything. Until I turn this one off, okay, remove it from, leave it on 4 hours and remove it from 3. Now this is what we have. Let's see if we are going to, by any chance, break through. At first I drew a Fibonacci at this level, so I was waiting for, I was expecting price, to get down to this level for me to take it buy. But in all honesty, I am a bit skeptical about this trade. Although I can see this juicy engulfing that is formed here, this juicy engulfing can, I can see this juicy engulfing right here. You get this is, but at the same time I'm a bit skeptical because one way that I identify my zones is that let me just show you real quick. We draw a zone right here to this level. Now if you watch this other block that should be here, you will see something about this other block, which is known as the Fibonacci zone. You will see that price did something very tricky, and you need to be very careful while taking such trades, because this other block is strong, right? It's strong. So what I was expecting for price to do was to stop halfway of this chart. Let me find a way to draw it so you can see it clearly and know what I'm talking about. I was expecting price to stop halfway, but it's very important where price stops. Like, it's very important where price stops. I was expecting price to stop halfway, but price looks like it's had this, sellers were very strong, so I have broken half of the other block before it got momentum to head to the top. So that alone made me very skeptical. It made me so skeptical to take this trade. Do you get me? I don't really know what to do right now. So what I will just do is that I will wait. That's one thing that I can do right now. I'll just wait to see if I can get an extra confirmation before I take the buy. But if not, I suggest to wait, because we still have a point of interest here, which price might get to before we take the buy. This video is getting so long now. I think it's about 16 minutes now. So actually I don't have a Telegram channel or a YouTube channel right now, so I'll just post this on my TikTok. I'll just post it on my TikTok and wait for what price we do. Maybe if the trade plays out, I'll give you guys heads up on how it went. But if it does not play out, I will come back to analyze another chart. So this is where we are on the chart. Stay safe and make sure that you don't take stupid trades. Alright guys, so as you can see, we just smashed our TP, and this is 4:1 risk to reward. So yeah, so now so far I'm documenting 10 of my trades, 10 trades, and then I'll see how many will be a win and how many will be a lose of 10 trades. So yeah, so now I'll say 1-0. I'm leading. I'm on 1 while the market is on 0. So I will analyze the next chart, and then I will also share it with you guys. Peace.